As of today, July 22, Iseria is now the most recommended selective summon unit in the game. But why is that? She offers nothing in the early game. I define early game as basically before Wyvern 13. So why get a unit that doesn't help you now? This is because the units you get for free already secures your early game, so it's better to pick something for the future. That's right, Iseria is a future investment. She is for mid to late game hero. Let's go over her kit. Her first ability hits one person and has a 50% chance to reduce the enemy's armor for 2 turns. Her second ability allows her to reset any ally's cooldowns. Her ultimate hits one enemy and removes all their buffs, all while reducing their armor and making it where they cannot buff themselves again for 2 turns. That's the summary of her entire kit. So now we know she can effectively reduce the enemy's armor consistently. We also know she can reset an ally's cooldown and that she provides unbuffable debuffs so the enemy cannot make themselves stronger. These 3 points are why Iseria is highly recommended. Characters like Ravi and Vildred don't offer anything except damage. Iseria is a pure utility support unit, which is more valuable. Now, if you have heard of Iseria, you may have heard of Tamarinne, also known as the Queen of PvE. For you to understand why resetting an ally's cooldown is mega important for Iseria, let's go over the best PvE unit in the game, Tamarinne. Her kit at first is very lengthy, but I'll keep it simple. Tamarinne has 2 forms, her gloomy, antisocial form, and her polar opposite, the idle form. Think of Tamarinne as a magical girl. For her to transform, you need to charge up. To charge up, you need to use abilities. Each ability has 2 different effects depending on the form. Her first ability hits an enemy and heals the lowest HP ally and reduces her abilities by 1 turn. Her second ability heals all allies and reduces her ability cooldowns by 1 turn. Her third ability, the ultimate, transforms her to an idol. During her transformation, she fully heals herself and removes all nasty debuffs from all allies and gets an extra turn and evolves her first and second abilities. Her first ability during idle form hits all enemies and removes all buffs and dual attacks with your strongest ally. Her second ability heals all allies and grants everyone 50% combat readiness and gives attack buff to everyone. Keep in mind that idle form only lasts for 3 turns before she goes back into her gloomy form. So back to the magical girl analogy. You start as a human and you use abilities to gain power, and once your ultimate is ready, you can use it to gain more powerful abilities for the 3 turns before you have to repeat the process again. That is Tamarinne. So this is what Tamarinne can do as a hero. She can heal all allies, cleanse all debuffs from her team, grant attack buff to her whole team, dispel all buffs from the entire enemy team. She can dual attack with your strongest ally, and she can practically give your whole team a free turn. So why is this broken unit not nerfed? She must be amazing in PvP, right? No, she has 2 clear weaknesses. Her first weakness is that she is squishy compared to most other healers and supports, making her vulnerable to death. Her other major weakness is that she cannot transform into her idle form since her ultimate starts at a 8 turn cooldown, meaning she can only transform after 4 turns. That is a huge delay. Okay, you might be by now realizing why Iseria is a must-have unit. Iseria's second ability resets an ally's cooldown. So if you pair Iseria with Tamarinne, it allows her to use idle on the very first turn. So you now mostly understand why Iseria is recommended. She is good on her own and even better paired with Tamarinne. Where is she used? Iseria is used in Story, Abyss, and sometimes in Raid. She makes the game 10 times easier with Tamarinne. I hope you guys now understand. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to let me know in my Discord or comments. Take care.